Alright guys, sorry for the late update. Forgot and time got carried away. Um, so let's go ahead and just jump right into it. So we have winter storm watches here across portions of Missouri, Kansas, portions of Nebraska, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky. Um, and what I want to really point out here is that the southern half down here is probably going to experience significant icing down here. Um, Actually, let me redraw that circle again. It's probably going to be like this area right here. So you'll probably see significant icing here across this corridor here. You'll probably see some ice storm warnings here posted by Saturday for the most part. And then you have the snow event, which is going to be on this northern half up here. Um, and you could even see the snow. You'll see some lake effect snow bands that come in and probably target portions of northeast Illinois as well. Um, so that's something else to watch out for. You'll get lake effect streaming in out of the north with that north wind for a brief period of time. Oops, I'm really bad at drawing arrows. But you'll get a lake effect snow band that kind of comes in with that north wind when the system's passing here from the south and moving west to east. So northeast Illinois, you'll probably get some lake effect snow here out of that lake effect snow band probably Sunday night into Monday. So watch out for that. But then we got these winter storm warnings out here posted like on the northeast side of St. Louis. They're talking about 10 to 14 inches. There could even be some isolated amounts as well. Travel could be impossible or discouraged. Um, yeah. So you got winter storm watches across a large portion here of the central United States, across 3 or 4 states or so. Um, so let's go ahead and jump into details here on some specifics here on some of the forecast models. Before we jump into this as well. So here's the WSSI for overall winter storm impacts. This will probably go up in the next few days as well. We're talking about major impacts here, especially across a couple of these highways streaming in across Missouri. Probably some major impacts as well going into the St. Louis metro area. So expect major impacts across a lot of these portions here due to the heavy snow and sleet and rain. Rain to the south, obviously, but there'll be some ice in here mixed in with the snow as well, which will make it really treacherous, especially to the elevated surfaces as well. So be careful. But this is your overall winter storm impacts this weekend. Talking about major impacts here across a large area across Missouri. But here's the forecast models. Here's what the forecast model of the I believe that the National Weather Service is probably using is the NBM National Blend Model. But this is only you'll probably have some isolated areas that are probably a lot more. But this is what they're choosing for the snow amounts across Missouri into Illinois. Let's see here. All right, there we go. So they're talking about 10 to 12, maybe 14 inches of snow there going into the St. Louis metro area. This is just a national blend model. This model is equal to all the models that are coming together. And you got a large area between 6 and 10 inches across a large area. But this is national blend model, and then we also have the NDFD forecast model, not fully updated now, but it's continuing to go on. And then we got the European model updating. This is the 18Z run. 00Z run hasn't come in yet, but this is the 18Z run on the European model. Different scenario here. It does have that freezing rain line pushed further north, just on the south axis of that 7-inch line right there. That's freezing rain to the south of that, with some snow mixing and showing a couple inches there. And then we got the Canadian model, of course. You can see that this north wind See that? That's very interesting. The next, after this weekend, there's going to be some big time lake effect snow here going into northwest Indiana and western Michigan. We just don't know how that band's going to set up yet, but that's very interesting, showing a 40-inch band there just lingering over lake on the Canadian model that's picking up on, but nothing to worry about that yet. But this is a Canadian model, hasn't updated yet since the 12Z run, so it's probably different later on once it does fully update. Here's the GFS model, the 18Z run on the GFS model, showing a large area of higher end accumulations as well. This is a GFS model currently, which is an outlier to all the other forecast models. And you got the freeze and rain accumulation on the GFS model as well. One second, guys. This is the freeze and rain line here. A little bit more further north than what the current other NBN model was showing, and a lot more heavier in the precipitation. But I think the NBN model is undergoing the amount of QPF that's actually going to be happening, converting over into snow or freezing rain for the most part. So it could be undergoing. So that's something else to watch out for. But this is the GFS model in the freezing rain. And then we got the European model here in the freezing rain as well. Very sharp line here, going into the south side of the St. Louis metro area as well. And then we got the NAM 12KM model further south of the freezing line, but also lesser than what the GFS model is showing. More realistic, that could be, but could still be overdoing the freezing rain. But we'll see what happens. It's going to be a lot of precipitation there converting over into a cooler atmosphere that could either be freezing rain, sleet, or snow. This is the latest NAM model run. I don't think it's really grasping the effect of the full storm. I still think the NAM is just really messy right now. So hopefully it does fix itself over the next 24 hours or so. So I think the best solution here is going to be the European or the GFS on the balancing of where the snow line's going to be and where the freezing rain's going to lie. I don't know about accumulation wise because they're kind of just both really hard split at this point. But the GFS model shows the freezing rain coming in with the snow starting around 9 p.m. on the 4th. So on the 4th, that's Saturday. So coming around Saturday night, it shows snow and freezing rain coming in Saturday night, of course. And then eventually all moving out by January 6th by noon. Of course, you get the lake effect. That lingering lake effect snow band right there with that north wind up there. So, and that's coming in around January 6th as well behind the system. So there's going to be a lake effect snow band up here across northeast Illinois coming into the Cook County, Lake County areas. So we'll just see what that high resolution models pick that up way better. But you know, based on everything that we're seeing here, expect impacts to start coming into portions of Illinois starting around Saturday late night. Already affecting Missouri throughout much of the day on Saturday, but like I said, that freezing rain is going to be no joke wherever it does set up sleet or freezing rain, mixing in with the temperatures there be dropping as the system's moving west to east. So hopefully there's a lot of treated roadways across Missouri, but other than that, that's all the details I have for right now. Just be alerted for more updates. Obviously, a large area here of winter storm watches will be converted over into ice storm warnings or winter storm warnings probably by Friday late night or Saturday morning. But stay tuned for later updates, guys. Be careful.